like years. And sorry, I'm just trying to watch the road. This is so weird. It's like in my car. It's like, I mean, the case that I have for it is like a, it's like for a GPS, like for your phone. Like you can like, I don't know how I'm explaining this. It doesn't matter to anything. What does matter is where I'm going. I'm going to Webb's. If you remember, a few years ago, my boyfriend took me on a trip to Webb's, and I don't know if I vlogged it actually. I know I have a video from it on my Instagram. Maybe I'll insert that here. I was really happy. And I'm going there today because Vickie Howell is going to be there, and she's going to be speaking, and I believe there's like a thing for like a viewing of her show, the Knit Show, which I'm so excited for. I don't know if there's a viewing. I feel like I saw that online, but I could be wrong. So yeah, so we're gonna do a vlog style video of me driving there. I'm wearing this hat. You can't see it. I'll show some photos of it. I just whipped it up this morning, and I think I really like it, so I think I'm gonna make a pattern out of it. Ugh, it sucks you can't see it. I've been to Webb's was like a year ago. I went, my best friend came home, and I picked her up from I took the day off from work. I picked her up from the airport. We like got food or something, and then I was like, you know what we should do? We should go to Webb's because you have never been there. And she did, and so we did. I'm at a red light again. Again, I feel like this is weirder. It's like weird. It's weirder for me to be at a red light talking to myself in a phone than it is while I'm driving, I think. Because I talk to myself while I drive all the time. All the time. Whatever. About the Liam Payne song. I've been keeping to myself. I got my eyes up on the prize and everybody else. So Webb's is like an hour from my house. Actually, it's less. It's under an hour, but it's from my house. Obviously, it's from my house. Great sentence structure, please. So Webb's is about an hour from my house, and it's not far, like mileage-wise. I think it's like 35, maybe 40 miles from my home. So it's not too bad, but always look over your shoulder. When this thing keeps falling or whatever, I fix it at a red light. And since I'm on the highway now, I probably won't be able to fix it. So hopefully this stays on, because I kind of want some good like time lapses of us like driving there and like hopefully driving into Webb's, and I don't know. Taking videos is hard work. Like obviously what I do is not hard by any means, but I was just in a wedding, and she had a videographer at the wedding, and I was talking to her about like the types of shots that she gets, and I was like, that's insane. You have so many shots that you get, and you have to make them like cohesive in your video, like, and you would never know, like in the videos, like you would never know like the process behind it, whatever. So it's crazy. It's crazy to think about, but yeah, that's what we do. I mean, I don't do it, but you know, other people do. What a savage kid, I'm not kidding. No. And it'd be nice for me to take it easy on ya. But nah, baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. When I go to the gym and I'm running on the treadmill, I do sprints, so I'll do like really, really fast for like 30 seconds. Like I'm talking like 9 miles per hour fast, which to some people isn't fast, but I used to run at like 3 miles per hour and be out of breath. and then walk for 3 miles per hour for the rest of the minute, and then I would switch off and on with that. And when I like am tired, because usually I go to the gym after work, so if I'm really, really tired, I'll go to the gym, and if I need some motivation, I put that song on, and holy shit, guys, I feel so cool. And the funniest part about it is that I don't know, I guess like I just like feel the music. Like I don't think that I'm running that fast, because if I do, I just won't do it. Like I just don't think that I can, even though I know that I can because I've been doing it for months. Oh, we're in Massachusetts, yay! Sorry. And I actually like dance, but like I used to think that I thought I was dancing, and I just realized that like I'm not thinking I'm dancing, I'm actually dancing. And like on the treadmill, and like obviously I'm running, but it's just funny because it's like, no bitch, you're not dancing, you're a psychopath. You look like an absolute moron on the treadmill. And I'm sure I do, but whatever, at least I get it done. So that's all I can talk about, right? So if you guys don't know who Vickie Howell is, she is a knitter crocheter, and she used to have a TV show on, I believe, HGTV, I believe, and she has a YouTube channel and a blog, and I follow her on Instagram. I'll put her handle and everything, and she's incredible. Like, she's young, she's fun, and she really like introduced knitting and crocheting to like, I don't want to say to like the public, because like obviously people have been knitting and crocheting way before Vickie Howell, but I don't know, I feel like this was like years ago. Like I was young and I knew who Vickie Howell was. She also has her own yarn, which is so cool. I think it's her own yarn. Maybe it's like a collaboration. I don't know. I'll check that out actually, because I probably should know that before I start talking about it. But regardless, and so she's really interesting. She used to have a show. It was either on like public broadcast or HGTV. I'm pretty sure it was on HGTV or like TLC. I don't know, but I used to watch it and I was young, and I wasn't even like knitting and crocheting at the time. I just like knew about knitting and crocheting. Like I had knit before, but I wasn't like good in any way. They still have not fixed this road. Wow, okay. Like cancels like abruptly. I don't know. And so now she has a podcast as well. That for sure I know. And now she's bringing back a show, and it's called The Knit Show. And it's like the same style where she'll like introduce stitches and patterns that are like easy enough, and like she breaks it down for you. And she'll talk to like creators and makers of like around the world. So it's definitely interesting, and I think she's a really interesting person. So I hope she'll like have like some speaking segment at this thing. I don't know. I just saw it on Facebook for today. I reserved a spot and it was free, so why not, you know? And I don't live that far, so yeah. And you know, it's at an amazing yarn store, so how could any of this be a problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, none of this is a problem. It's because it took me to a different place, and now I'm going to Webb's, so I'm gonna be a little late, which is a little frustrating. So I'm a little late, which is really frustrating, but especially because I like to be places on time, and because it's Vickie Howell. But that's okay. I'd rather be there safe. So, yeah, it happens.
Turn right onto Old South Street.
I
then
will.
Turn right onto
Assuming this is Cons Street. Yeah. By the way, if you ever get a chance to, who are you beeping at? Me?
We made it.
Is obviously very different now. So I just met Vickie Howell, which is so cool. I'm going home the way I'm pretty sure I know how to get home, so F that. But yeah, so I met Vickie Howell, which is so cool. She's so nice, she's so smart, and she's just really open. She's one of those people that is really, I don't want to say open again, but like, I told her I have a blog and an Instagram and whatever I have, I don't even know. And I was telling her that Instagram is kind of like the hardest for me, because to be really good at Instagram, I'm just gonna say it, you have to post a lot. And the thing is, I can't really post a lot because I work a full-time job. So it's just trying to find that balance for me. And did I go this way? Shit. Oh, I think I have to take that one. I'm so sorry. But yeah, she was super open. This is useless. This is useless footage right now because it's so dark. It was like a screening of her show, The Knit Show, and I'll insert some clips and I'll be like tagging and talking about it more. It's on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. And yeah, it was really good. So we watched an episode of that. On that episode, she actually had one of the owners of Webs on her episode, and she had a whole segment on her show about like this pattern that she created and how she sees like trends in the knitting and crochet world. So it was really interesting. And then afterwards we had like a Q&A. She talked to us. She's so chill, like she's super cool. I asked her a question, which I didn't prepare anything because I was a little frazzled. I didn't know how it was going to be, first of all. And second of all, I was a little frazzled just walking in late anyway, and like kind of annoyed. So, I'm surprised that I thought of this question. It was pretty good. I asked her like what she thought the importance of social media was for herself, because is it because she's on all these platforms that it's successful, or like what does she do and how does she use social media to benefit her? And what she said was she has a few platforms that she's really good at, and that's what she focuses on, because it's better to have a small number but more engagement, which I obviously know all of that. It's just like, you know, when you read a self-help book and you know everything in the self-help book, like, you know you should be proud of yourself, you know, like, you deserve things, you know, all these things, but it's like you read it again and it's just like how you take it. So I'm taking it again, and I know that what I'm doing is right, and I know that I'm on the right track, and that I have a good base, and now it's just time for growth. I'm sorry that it's pitch black. But it's 6 o'clock, so it's, you know, it looks like midnight here. And she took a lot of questions. She talks about how she started off as, you know, a pretty basic knitter, and then she kind of learned what she had to learn, and used it, and that's kind of exactly like how I do. Like, I'm by no means the best knitter, crocheter, design wear maker, pattern writer, but what I do really well is I make things simple, and I break things down. I think that's one of the best things that I do. Or I think that is something that the knitting world is lacking. It's just like, how do I read this pattern and like, how do I do this? You know, like I read this pattern, I make this, you know, whatever. And so that was kind of cool at the thing. In the episode, she goes to TNNA, which is like this convention for like fiber artists, knitters, crocheters, people in the industry. So like you can buy things and sell things for like small business stores, brick and mortars, small business stores, like local yarn shops will get their yarn from here. So if you're a design, like a yarn company, you'd probably go there, whatever. And she walked around and she went to a Shibui Knits, I don't know what it's called, booth. And I was like, wow, I worked with them. That's so cool. And then she went to, then she did a whole like breakdown of like different knitting needles and like types of knitting needles. And it was like Knitter's Pride. And I was like, I've worked with them. And she showed these like marbles knitting set. And I was like, they fucking sent those to me. Like, that's so cool. Like I've worked with, you know, I don't have a huge following and I've still been able to work with these big companies, and I amount that to hustle and like heart. And I'm not trying to say that like, oh, I'm so great. I'm just trying to, I think like we don't take the time to like appreciate ourselves and like what work we have done. Like wherever you are, I hope that you're happy. I hope that you're crafting. I hope you're being creative. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be posting content because your girl has some inspiration in her and she's ready to go. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And bye. Mwah.